All right, really quick. So I wanted to introduce our next speaker because kind of a funny backstory. Like when I first got started online, there were a whole bunch of like these guys I was looking at, and I was like, "God, these guys are the most amazing people in the world." And I was studying them and watching them and learning from them. And kind of a funny side story. At the same time I was learning this, I was trying to tell my parents about like internet marketing and making money and like websites. And I taught my dad how to make a basic website in Front Page. Who here remembers Front Page? This is a true story. I used Front Page all the way up until we started using ClickFunnels. No joke at all. Anyway, so I started teaching him. He started building these websites, and then my dad thought it was really cool to find these little like animated GIFs of like Odie the dog like jumping around and like things. So he built his first page with like a stop snoring product, and he had 300 or 400 of these flashing GIFs all over the page. And I'm like, Dad, those aren't cool. You can't take those. Like, you need to take those off. They're not going to help the page. He's like, no, they're really cool. And so a little while later, I actually bought him Jim Edwards' program called Mini Site Creator. And I was like, go watch this, Dad. So he watched the whole thing, and then he came back and he showed me a site, and he had pulled all of the flashing GIFs off. And he's like, yeah, Jim Edwards said that flashing GIFs don't help conversions. And I was like, that's what I told you, but you can never, well, they say you can't be a prophet in your hometown. So anyway, I always tease Jim about that. But 2 years ago when I launched the .com Secrets book, I had my Dream 100, and we'll talk about that strategy a little more on Thursday, but had a Dream 100 strategy, and I was sending out books to all the people I looked up to who I was hoping would promote the books, and one of the people on the list was Jim Edwards, and I sent it to him, and I met Jim once, and we kind of talked about it. I think he'll admit this was kind of awkward for both of us. We're both kind of introverted people, like face to face, and it was kind of weird, and then we left, and then we never talked to each other again for like 10 years, and then he gets this book, and then he gets an email like, hey, Russell, can you talk? And I was like, oh, like, and I hate the phone. He's like, can we do a call real quick? And I'm like, all right, fine. Like, I feel like, anytime I feel like I'm going to make a phone call, I'm walking into a trap. So I'm like, so I call him. He's like, Russell, I got your book. It was good. It was really good. I'm like, really? Like, Jim Edwards thinks my book is cool. I'm like, okay. He's like, I have this idea. What if we took all of the scripts throughout the book and turned it into some software that people could use? We could make FunnelScripts for everyone. I was like, Jim, I literally bought the domain name FunnelScripts like 2 days earlier. I was like, I own FunnelScripts. Like, we should totally do that. And so he's like, okay, I'll do all the work. I'll go through and I'll take all your scripts and we'll turn them into software. People can fill in the blanks and the scripts pop out. And I was like, that's going to be really, really hard. But he went to work and spent the next almost a year behind the scenes building this stuff and coming out with it. And then last year we launched it. And I'm curious, how many of you guys own FunnelScripts right now? Yeah. It has been a tool that has made the process of writing the copy on the pages a million times easier, writing the copy for the ads, for all sorts of stuff. And Jim and I have become super good friends over the last 2 years. The last 7 or 8 months, we've been doing a show together every Friday called Funnel Fridays. How many of you guys watch Funnel Fridays with us? All right, so much fun. And so I'm excited to have him here today. So what I want to do is I want to introduce him. I want everyone to stand up and put his hands together for Jim Edwards.